Ej, du kan ikke. Cornelius. Du er simpelthen en bissehund. Simpelthen en bissehund. Det er det store. Jeg skal lige... Værsgo. Tager du ikke dem der? Ja. Phew. Det begynder noget vand til dig. Vand til dig. Yeah, hello and welcome to Kimber Bushcraft Viking Heritage. Today I'm in my Black Forest and yeah, I got Cornelius with me, but I have to have him in leash today because I know there's a lot of deers in this part of the forest, and last time we were here he was not on leash and then there came a deer and he ran after it. So I won't risk that again, so he has to be in leash, but I think he'll join it anyhow. Yeah, and today I'm out here and talking about something that has interested me for a while, Vikings and Native Americans, the Indians in Canada particularly, and that's why I got this tomahawk, and I'll tell about this awesome tool a little bit later, together with my Viking axe that I have here. And you can see there's a big difference between these two axes or hatchets. So I'll talk about that and the impact that the Vikings had on the Native Americans and also the other way. So yeah, but now I will like to chop a little bit of firewood, and then I saw some mushrooms. I think it was canterels over there, and I'll pick them up and I use them in my food today. So I'm going to prepare a little meal here together with my coffee. Yeah, but now I think I'll chop a little bit of firewood and then go on a little mushroom hunt. Pas på. no. Oh God. Yeah, a good handful of canterels, so I just have to clean them. Yeah, and for that I use a little brush. It's not good. Yeah, Cornelius, it's nothing for you. You don't like this. It's not good to clean them with water. It's better just to do this. Remove the dirt. Yeah, and, not much on these. Yeah. And then they are clean. And yeah. I think I'll cut them a little bit smaller. Yeah. I think this will do. So put it over here and then put my fireball up. Oh, I forgot to show you beside the mushrooms. I have a bread. Yeah, I baked at home, and also got this, a piece of smoked meat, tenderloin, and I can eat this without cooking it, and the mushroom is going to be fried with butter. So yeah. I think it is finished. And then I just take some of this smoked meat. Let's see. And then a little bit of mushroom on. Oh, yeah. I think it looks great. A little meal for today. Now for you, Cornelius. If you want this. Oh. Mm. Skål. and while the coffee is resting, I will talk about this awesome tomahawk or axe hatchet. It's from a company in Ukraine that's called Fadir Tools, and of course I put a link to it. They had a lot of gear there, a lot of knives and axes and so on. You can see it here, a wide variety of items, and yeah. And I was contacted by them, and they told me I could pick an axe, which one I would like. And I was looking at the Viking axes, but then I fell for this. Yeah, I think it's so cool. I always had a passion for tomahawks, and this one is really awesome. It's small, lightweight, good grip, and a very heavy head, so it's a good one for chopping. And when I got this, I got to think about the Vikings. In the sagas, Erik the Red and the Icelander sagas, they are told that Leif Erikson, we call him Leif the Lucky here in Denmark, he went and discovered Northern America, Canada. And for many years there was no evidence of that, but in 1960 or 61 they discovered a settlement in Langso Meadows in Newfoundland. And that stated that the Vikings did visit Wineland, as they called it. And then I was thinking, did the Indians or the Native Americans and the Vikings, did they trade something? And I know that this is a typical Indian weapon, tomahawk, and I thought, well, I have to investigate this a little bit, to look it up and see what I could find about that. And I was a little bit surprised because I thought that the Indians, the Native Americans, could make weapon of steel or iron, but yeah, and there's different opinion about that. But most people say that they didn't use iron for their weapons. They used clubs and yeah, even stones, hatchets, and they also probably made some tools and weapons out of copper. So that was a little surprise for me. They first get in contact with iron when the other European came after Columbus in the 1400s. So, but I thought that maybe the Vikings would have had a tomahawk from the Indians, and that was not true. That couldn't have happened because they didn't make iron hatchets at that time. But it led me to be curious about this subject. So either way, I like this, and even though it's not a Viking axe, I'll have it on me when I'm out here making my trips, perhaps on bushcrafts, perhaps on Vikings, I'm not sure, but I think it's an awesome axe, and it fits good in my belt. So yeah. And another thing, Erik the Red was called Erik the Red because his hair was red and his beard was red, and his son was called Leif Erikson, and Erik was the son of Erik the Red, and that was how it was in many years. The father's first name was the son's surname. So Erik went to Erikson, and Leif Erikson was called Leif the Happy here in Denmark. And actually my name, Lauritsen, it's my surname. It's my grandfather somewhere in the 18th century that was called Laurits, and his son Christian was called Christian Lauritsen, and in about 1900 the Danish government changed that, so everyone had the same surname, and that's why I called Lauritsson after my grandfather back there. But actually in Iceland they still have that with the father's forename. The father's name is the son's aftername or surname, and also the daughter. If I had a son back then or in Iceland, he will be called Thomson, and my daughter will be called Thomson's daughter. Thomson's daughter, and until she get married, and then she will take the husband's name. So my son would be called Kasper Thomsen, and my daughter Trine Tom's daughter. But that's not the case. Only if I lived in Iceland. And what would you be called, Cornelius? Yeah. Your boy will be called Corneliusson. Yeah, Corneliusson. Yeah, that's a great name. And actually, Langshore Meadows, I don't think I pronounced it right, but and we found at the Viking settlement, they found traces of iron there, melted iron, and made something out of that. And perhaps the Indians, the Native American, would have traded that with something from their part of the culture. And yeah, there's not a lot of evidence about that, but I think it's very exciting to hear about and read about. And yeah, I like that a lot. And I know a lot of you also interested in these kind of things about our history and so on. So that's why I'm continue doing that on my channel. And another thing, my little fireball. Almost every week I have someone who are asking where can I get that, and unfortunately the company Kühne that made them at the Kickstarter project doesn't make them anymore. I told you that before, that they're not interested in producing new ones, and I think that's very sad because it's also an awesome fireball that I use all the time. So I really hope that somewhere else will take over and put that in production. I would appreciate that very much. And yeah, I think it's a good product. I know a lot of you are very pleased with it. Those of you who are so fortunately to get it under the Kickstarter project really enjoy using it, and I do it too. So yeah, but now I think my coffee is finished. So I'll have my little special coffee here. Thank you again for joining Cornelius and me out here in my Black Forest. We really appreciate that. Always good to see you out here. It's really been some nice days here the last couple of weeks. Indian summer, as we call it. High temperature, about 20 to 25 degrees, and no wind. It's the same today, but from tomorrow, Tuesday, it'll begin to be colder and windier and come some rain. So I guess this is the end of the summer, the long summer we had here in Denmark. We had a good May and June. July was not so good. A lot of people are vacationing there, but again here in late August and 1st September, the weather is very fine too. And it's not, it's often like that. September is a good month here in Denmark, and it's still summer. There's no yellow leaves on the trees, still green, and yeah. And I have something I would like to share with you. I made a channel, both a YouTube channel, Instagram, and a Facebook page, where I put up my photographs I make with my camera. I sold my Harley some years ago, and I bought a Leica for some of the money. So now I got my passion back for photography, especially black and white. And those of you who are interested in that or will support me, you can go in and check them out and perhaps subscribe to my channels. And it's called Tom Sondergaard Photography, and Sondergaard is my middle name. My full name is Tom Søndergaard Lauritsen, but I think Tom Sondergaard is a good name. So yeah, I start that up, and perhaps if you are interested in such things, follow me there. Yeah, folks, this was all for now. I hope you enjoyed this little video with Cornelius and me out here from my forest, my black forest. Yeah, it's a long story. I call it my black forest. It's not the black forest in the southern part of Germany. It's in the northern part of Jutland, where I have a nice place here. So yeah, I'm glad you joined us for a little meal, cup of coffee, and some beer in my drinking horn. And then Cornelius and me, yeah, looking forward to see you again on the next one. Bye bye. Take care. Er det ikke rigtigt? Ja. Vi tager hjem nu. Oh.